So I'm going to make this video. It's pretty much a brief part one. So pretty much what's going to happen is we have a 2-week preseason right before season one, which I'm going to say probably right after 120 days, we'll have that 2 weeks. So I would say the end of October, probably going to start season one. You're going to see a logo right below the duel. That's going to have a countdown. So season one, I'm going to try to find the map right now for us on here. Just bear with me. So essentially season one, what's going to happen is everyone's going to restart. So I just got to download this and wait for this. So this is just downloading. This is actually what it's going to look like. So you're going to have two types of territories while we're waiting for this to load. You're going to have a military-based stronghold, and you're going to have cities, right? Capital is going to be the same, just a different name, but the whole map's going to restart. So everything you see on your map, wherever we're in server 663, anything you see in there is going to change completely, and you're going to see a difference as far as what's going to happen. So you're all going to start at the outside of the edge, and the whole map's going to reset. It's going to be twice as big. So really the overall goal for it is to get points, right? So your alliance, they have influence points, and you get those by holding a city, or you also lose them if you lose a city, right? So you get a few ways to get points. You get fewer for a stronghold for a military. You get a lot more for cities, and you get a large amount for other cities in another war zone, right? Or server. So the way it breaks down is per city. For level 1, it's 1,000, 100,000, 2, 200,000, all the way up to 5, which is 500,000. After that, it's level 6 is 1 million. That's huge, right? So your first week, you're going to have 5 missions in that week. What we're going to really touch on is a lot of different things. So for the first 3 days, you're not going to be able to do anything. So I'm hoping this loads quickly so I can show you guys the map. And for the first 3 days, you're going to have requirements to take over a stronghold or a city, but you can't do it until the first 3 days, right? Also, the Kim exclusive weapon is going to be unlocked there, as well as you're going to have the Halloween packs that are going to start to come out, right? But for week 1, your first mission, biggest thing I could say is you're going to have like a big breakdown of almost like a big board. When you pull it up, it'll have the Crispin Plague, the Crimson Plague, which you see right there. That's going to be one of them. You're going to have a purge action, a weekly pass, a season pass, and a virus boost. You're also going to have the purge the infected area. So your biggest thing I can say as we first start is going to be your research center, your virus research center institute, which is going to be, you're going to get 1 protein farm. What I would suggest to buy immediately is to buy the weekly pack. It's about $5. You get an extra protein farm. It also gives you 250 virus points, resistance points, which you're going to use when you go against monsters that change. They're going to have viruses, and I'm going to explain that in a second. I'm still waiting for this to load so I can show you what a map will look like. I can't really pull any of this up because, again, this is the before we start. You're going to have, so your first kill, your rewards, you're going to want to go lower, but what you're going to get is recruitment tickets, diamonds, and mutant crystals, which is going to help you build up your resistance in the virus. So for example, if your resistance score is like 1,500, you're going for, let's say a zombie that's 2,500, 80% of what you normally do is not going to be affected. So if your total power is 13 million that you usually do, it's going to be 20% of that. So for example, just to give you an idea, 13 million would be 2 million. So just keep that in mind when you do it. And if you waste or you hit a monster that's too big, it's going to affect your troops, and you get a percentage of that. When it goes to 100, if you don't get it, like you don't heal them, your base is going to explode, and it's going to put a virus out and also kill people around you and spread it, right? So the Doom Elite is the same thing. You want to have the person with the highest resistance to be your leader for that. So another example would be like it's out of 2,600. Again, it's going to be 20% of your damage. So if you're not even close to it, go with someone who's a lot higher and then do that, right? So it finally loaded so I can show you guys what the map's going to look like. This is an older server. Someone actually sent me this. So this is what the older server is going to look like, right? So we're going to have these Doom Elites are going to look like almost like lobsters, right? They're going to be the stronger ones, and all these zombies are going to be taken over. There's none here right now, so you can't really see them. They're normal ones. They're in the prep for this, right? But this is what the buildings are going to look like. So when we come here, you're going to have buildings like this. I'm just going to pull one up. You're going to have, right here is a military stronghold, level 8, right? So you can see here what the requirements are. You have to have 40,000 influence points, which, again, Capture cities increases your alliance influence points, and you gain during the season rankings, right? And it's going to show you what your troop recommendation is, right? And this is what you get for it. So we can see there. And then you're going to have cities as well. So you can see here, they're building towards this. They're building a factory right here. They're building an iron factory. So you can see, and we can click on here. The value, the city is durable, raises by 10%. It allows more for iron produce. So you're going to start to see people do that and take these over. And this is going to be an art gallery, one of the cities, a level 4. So again, we can look in here. You can see the stronghold. After capturing a city, your alliance stronghold limit is the target war zone increases, right? So right now they have a limit of 1. As they start to grow, they start to go into more and able to get more. But this is what the map's going to look like for older servers that are still growing. So we can see here, this is what 1447 looks like. It's a lot bigger. We can see just how much bigger it is when we go through here, right? So again, this is a brief synopsis on season 1. I'm going to go into more stuff in the next video, which is going to be like engineers and things like that, and cover some of that. But this is just the basic stuff. Another thing I would say is like, look at your battle pass again. The purge ranking is just a ranking of you. You can also see like you're going to have a season contribution where you donate stuff to it. And then you want to it'll allow you to open up the 2 protein farms. But again, you can't do anything. We can't go towards this building or attack this for the first 3 days of season 1. So if you have the requirements for this, let's say you have the 300,000 influence points and you go for it on the first day, you can't get it until day 3, just to give you guys an idea. And you want to make sure, like I said, that you have the requirements to attack those monsters or the Doom Elite. Otherwise, you're just killing off troops and infecting them. So, all right, guys, this is a basic video for the season 1. I'm going to go into more detail. Again, this is the even sooner, so I can't really show you too much besides this server, so I can kind of compare it. But this is a good idea of what it's going to look like and what the future servers are going to look like. So I'll see you guys in the game. All right, have a good one.